Hi, my fellow girly tots. Okay, so today I really want to talk about how you can start at any time. Like, whatever it is that you want to try out for the new year, you don't have to, have this pressure on yourself that you have to start it right at the beginning of January or January in general, just because, the wintertime can be so hard on everybody, especially with seasonal depression, with the holidays just being over. There's a lot of fatigue, and going into January and immediately just going to the races and not being able to do that really brings down people very easily. And that's why people don't stick with their New Year's resolutions for very long, because it's there's so much pressure built up. We just went through all these holidays, and now you expect us to just boom, be in this new reality and doing all these things. And it's give yourself some grace, okay? But know that you can start at any time. You don't have to start January 1st. If you haven't started what your goals are yet, that's okay. There's still time. Everyone's timeline is going to be different. So my first point is that our timelines are all there is no universal timeline. Everyone is doing something different. Everyone has a different path. Everyone has a different journey in life. That doesn't mean that just because someone else is doing something and you're not doing that thing, that there's something wrong with you, or you're falling behind, or that you haven't made it, or that you made a mistake, or you're just not good enough, or you don't deserve it, or it's not going to happen. It's okay, because everything happens at a certain time for a certain reason for certain people. Celebrate people's accomplishments, celebrate people's wins, and know that that day will come for you too, because why wouldn't it? Okay, what makes you so special to where you can't have good things? The world isn't singling you out. It can happen for you too, and just know that that's okay if things are taking longer than you expected it to take. Because I know for me, I get really caught up in that, and I sometimes can get in my head oh, I wish I was this far, I wish I had this, or I wish that I accomplished this already, or what if it doesn't happen for me, or I start to get doubtful. It's okay to have those doubts, but at the end of the day, know that you deserve it, you're worthy of it, you're lovable, you blah 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 blah. You have the skills, you have the talent, you're gonna make it. Okay, you're gonna be fun. The idea of being late for something is so convoluted. Late for what? What are you comparing yourself to? The person that you went to high school with, your friend, your bestie from college? There is no definition of late. Everybody is doing things at different times. And just because the people that are in your inner circle or the people that you're around are doing things at a speed or at a rate that you may not be lined up with, doesn't mean that there aren't billions of other people in the world that could be going through the same thing that you're going through at the age that you're going through it. Don't think that you are in this isolated experience, because life is, even though our journeys are so different, we're all so connected and we're all one. We have so many more differences than we have. That's not what I meant to say. We have so many more. What am I trying to say? We have so many more. What is that word? Similarities. We have so many more similarities than differences. I don't know what's wrong with me. You guys know what I'm talking about. Anyway. Okay, going into the next one. Experience compounds and it doesn't go away. The experience that you build up throughout your life, the experience that you build up throughout experiences, if you're trying to learn something, if you're trying to start a goal, if you're trying to do something, even if you're messing up, even if you're making mistakes, even if you're not where you want to be at, the experience of you even trying and going through that process and going through the journey and doing it every single day, or doing it at the rate that you want to do it at, that's still building up experience. That's still building up a skill. That's still building up that muscle of you learning something, of you being more confident in something, of you having more just self-assurance in yourself. Because when we're really starting a new journey and we're starting a new life, it's really hard to feel we have to be there immediately, or we have to be there at this certain timeline or at this end goal, and we're not thinking about how much we're improving every single day just because we're doing this. Even if you're not seeing results, it doesn't really matter, because you're still working that muscle. Like at the end of the day, that muscle isn't going to be going away because you've built it up. Like, yeah, you might not be exactly where you want to be, but you've made a lot of progress, and that's something to still celebrate, even if you haven't accomplished that end goal. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So the next one I have is that momentum matters more than timing. Like having that discipline, like I said, working that muscle time and time and time again means more than like what time you actually accomplish it. Like at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter when that thing actually happens because it's going to happen anyway. But as you're going along with it, like having that discipline, having that momentum, having that motivation, having that drive within yourself to actually get there is what matters the most than focusing on the end game, than focusing on the end goal. Like starting imperfectly today really beats out waiting for the moment, waiting for a time that feels perfect, waiting for a time that feels right, because the time and the moment is never going to feel right. Okay, there's always going to be something happening. There's always going to be something going on where you're like, it's not a good time to start this, or I should maybe start next week, or I don't really have this all together, and I don't really know that much about this topic, so I really can't speak on it, or I'm still dabbling in my style. I don't really know if I should try this out. Like, just like trying things out, just doing trial and error is so much better than just doing nothing. Like any kind of progress is good progress. Even if you feel like you're taking steps back, that's still something that's like helping you learn yourself, helping you learn about your journey, helping you learn what do I need to go back and really look within myself or look at what I'm doing. What am I doing wrong? How can I address this? How can I do better moving forward? You're learning more and more, and you're collecting all this information that is going to help you proceed better in the future. So the next one I have is that reinvention is a skill and not a failure. So starting again doesn't mean that you messed up. It doesn't mean that you're a failure. It doesn't mean that you're suddenly just not going to have that, like you're unworthy of it. Like if you trying to go through with something and it falls out, like that's just how life is. That's just how things are going to happen. That doesn't mean that there isn't bigger or better on the way for you. It just means that that one specific thing wasn't really meant to be in your life forever. That was meant to be a lesson, an experience, a moment, whatever you want to say that it is. And then that was supposed to pass. And then you're supposed to go on to something different, experience something more, learning something about yourself through that experience that you had that fell out. Why did it fail? How can I go about life now knowing that that failed and knowing why it failed, and how can I improve on myself, and what do I know about other people now, and what do I know about the world now better? Things like that, like it helps out so much more when you're starting something new, when you're trying to accomplish something, keeping that mindset that you don't have to beat yourself down just because it didn't work out. Like you don't have to think, woe is me, like I'm just like a bad person, I just like unlovable, blah blah blah. Like it doesn't mean all that, okay? Like it's totally fine. It means that you're self-aware enough to really choose yourself again. Like when you fail at something, when it falls through, say like you had this relationship and you thought that it was going to turn into like lifelong, and you thought it was going to turn into like marriage, whatever. You thought that this career was going to be your like thing. You thought it was like your passion. You thought this is going to make you so happy for forever. And then it falls through, you get fired, the relationship ends, whatever happens. That makes you more self-aware that you can trust your instincts. Like you can trust yourself. Like you can move on from this. You can know that even though I gave it my best shot, even though I thought that this was good for me in the moment, that doesn't mean that you were wrong. That doesn't mean that it didn't feel right at that time. But now that it's over, now that it's fell out, like you can still be okay with yourself moving forward. You don't have to be like, like I really jacked that one up and now I'm never going to have that. I'm never going to be able to find a dream job again. I'm never going to be in a good relationship again just because that one thing fell out. Okay. So the last one that I have is that your permission is the only requirement. Like you don't need all this extra fluff, all this extra stuff that we think that we need. Like you don't need to be an expert. You don't need to be a master. You don't need to have all the tools. You don't need to like be in the perfect position, have the right amount of money, have the right body, have the like whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. You don't need to have all those things. You just need to have the mindset. Like, you just need to have the mindset that you don't need approval, you don't need like the credentials, you don't need to be like a certain age in order to start something, in order to do something, in order to accomplish something. It can still happen. Like, you never know, things can change in the blink of an eye, things can happen in the blink of an eye. Like you don't know. The moment that you decide is the moment that it becomes possible. Like, it's all about your mindset, it's all about your thought process, it's all about how you view yourself, how you view what you can accomplish, how you view what you're worthy of and what you deserve. Once you really have like a grasp on that, once you really truly believe in that, that's when things can really start getting going, because you're not holding yourself back. You're not like self-sabotaging yourself. You're not making yourself feel like, oh, well, like I'm this age now, like it's not gonna happen for me. I'm not gonna be able to buy a house. I'm at this age now, I'm not gonna be able to get married. I'm at this age now, I'm not gonna be able to like have a happy, fulfilling life. Like, we don't have to hold ourselves back when we have the mindset that anything is possible, that we can accomplish anything, that we are worthy, that we are lovable, that we have the skills, that we have what it takes. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for coming to another video with me. I hope to see you again soon. Have a great night, day, whatever it is for you, and I will see you guys later. Mwah.